everybody, welcome back to Pawpaw Sammy and Allie Bug's channel. And before we get going, you guys, guess who turned 83 today?
Yeah, guess.
So he came out to the farm today at Starkey Homestead because we want to show you how to make your money work for you when you need a fence in your property.
What you can do is, when she mentioned about fencing with old tires, you take a tire like this and you cut this. Cut this out on both sides and it'll leave just this. Then you cut one time across. And when you unroll this thing, I'm guessing, just estimate, you got 6 foot of this to nail to your post.
Yes.
And you can take these old tires and get your, cut your pine trees, make your own post, and nail this to it, and build your own fence.
Mm-hmm.
Old tires are very easy to come by, believe me.
Yeah, they are. In fact, Steven had to go pick up some from a tire guy. If you go to a used tire shop, folks, they have to pay like $1 to $3 per tire.
Oh, yeah.
To dispose of it.
That's right.
So if you go up there and say, I want to build a fence, you got some old tires, he's going to give them to you for free.
He sure will. And he'll make the $3 and he's happy to get rid of them.
Yeah, he sure is.
Other than that, it's just a matter of how much labor you want to put out. If you got time and effort and the money, that's the way to go. Right there.
Because that's actually a temporary fence.
Yeah, well, it could be permanent.
Yeah.
It could be there 10 years, the way y'all got it.
Yeah.
And pull up 10 years, man, walk away from you.
That's right, and take the fencing with us. Because we do want cattle. So in our mind, we wanted to make the hard-earned money we have go the furthest.
That's right.
You got to make your money work for you in this day and age.
That's right.
I mean, we just do, folks. We've got to get away from the mindset of just keep replacing and rebuying, and that's how you lose money in the long run.
Yeah, and people, I'm getting a lot of hits on my YouTube channel about you can't do it on 1 acre, where you're going to raise your cattle and your sheep. Listen.
You're not going to raise cattle and sheep.
You're not going to raise cattle on 1 acre. I mean, what you need is like this. They complain, well, that's vegetarian. Well, yeah. But you got to supplement it. You can trade for your beef. You can trade for your whatever you need, your fish. You got your chickens and your rabbits.
That's right. That's my meat.
You got your garden.
That's right.
I mean, it depends on what you want. You either got to drive a Cadillac or a Chevrolet. It's up to you.
Amen.
It's the same thing.
So I have to agree with my dad. Yeah, go out there, buy you 20 to 25 acres and try to homestead. Let's see how long you can make it and keep paying those land taxes, folks. There is a reason why small acreage homesteads are the future of America. We are always going to need large cattle ranches, but that may not be for you. I don't have cattle. I don't have a sheep. Every now and then I'll have a goat that I raise to slaughter on this property. Other than that, my chickens and rabbits are my protein source, and the vegetables in the garden feed them, feed us, feed the dogs. But I'm self-sustainable on 2 acres, debt-free. So you can homestead however you want, but you're not fitting cattle on 2 acres, folk, or large livestock.
No.
Small acreage, small livestock.
In Louisiana, where you got good weather, usually, under ideal conditions, 1 acre per cow, and I mean perfect conditions.
Perfect.
In Texas, it might be as high as
10 acres, yeah.
10, 15, 20, 30, 40 acres per cow. They didn't have 100,000 ranches for nothing.
That's right. That's why you see large ranches have thousands of acres, because they've got to constantly be moving the cattle to regenerate the soil.
That's right.
The point is, so many people are so distant from the reality of growing their own food and growing their own proteins, which is livestock, that you get in your head that you want cattle off the bat. Folks, let me tell you something. Start with rabbits and chickens. If you succeed at that, pay off your property and can make a profit, then you get more land, then you get bigger livestock. You agree?
I do agree. That's a fact.
Don't hurt the animals because you want something that was never intended for you.
And you want a closed system. Like she said, you start with your rabbits, your worms, your compost, your vermicompost into your garden.
Yep.
Your garden goes to the chickens produces eggs and meat. The rabbits produce meat and fertilize for the garden.
That's right.
It's a closed system. You don't, You just don't go out and start buying this and that and that. You make what you got, make it self-efficient, you're okay.
That's right. If you can do it on 2 acres, you can do it on 20. Then you can do it on 200. Then you can do it on 2,000.
Then labor costs and
That's
everything
right.
else starts going up with it.
But if you start with 20 acres or more, you've got a much higher chance of failing, folks. And that's just the statistics behind this lifestyle.
90% chance of failing.
Yeah, a lot of people go into homesteading. Within 5 years, they're out of this lifestyle. They're out of it because they never considered the work and the time. They want to buy bagged feed. They want to buy somebody else to build their fence, somebody else to build their coop. It doesn't work like that.
No.
That's not homesteading. That's hobby farming.
Self-efficient means go to work.
You guys see where I get the snarky from, right? So everybody wish Papa Sammy a happy birthday. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get him up to 1 million viewers before he makes 84.
This is a recycled gate. This gate right here costs you around $190 brand new. I don't know what they paid for it. I didn't ask, but I know it's recycled. Now, the part that amazed me that I didn't even think about was this right here. Starkey's Homestead, if I'm not mistaken, is planning on moving up the country.
Yes, sir, and get more property.
Okay? What they did, when you put up a fence brand new, all this is brand new fencing. When you unroll a roll of fence wire, then try to roll it back up, you have a mess. It's all crooked, kinked, ugly. It's hard to transport. This is cattle.
Yes, sir, 5-foot cattle fencing.
5 foot. If you'll notice, they got the middle posts. And what they can do is just come along, pop these tires, take this right here. It's not all bent warped. Stack it on the trailer. When you put it back up, it'll look just like this.
Yes, sir.
A good, heavy, sturdy fence.
And something I want to point out for people who are wanting to put dogs behind the fences, there are different size openings. So we have 2 dogs on this property. We have a Dogo Argentina and a German Shepherd. The Dogo has a big block head. His face would never fit through this.
His nose won't.
His nose won't, but the German Shepherd will, the muzzle will. So we had to be very careful in the fencing type that we got because our dogs are currently being trained to home protection canine work, which means they are now considered a weapon and they need to be safe. So they'll go behind this fence. Now, this is 5 foot tall, Dad. The logic behind this, folks, is if somebody comes into my property and attacks me, my German Shepherd and my Dogo can both still come over this fence if they're mad enough. But on a daily basis, they're not going to put the effort out to jump 5 feet for no reason. They're just not going to do it. So it keeps children on one side, dogs on the other. Let's take a walk because I want to show you guys. We got some... originally, Daddy, we had people come out and give us quotes. The most was $8,700
For the fence?
for the fence.
Up?
The least was $7,400.
Built like this?
It would have been chain link, 5 foot chain link
Well, that's not bad.
with 2 gates, and it was only a ½ acre, and they wanted almost $8,500
And how much did this one cost?
all together with the labor. $3,000.
Well, this is a much better fence.
Yes, sir. Without the labor,
Well,
it would have
let
been
me rephrase
$2,200.
that. This is a much better fence for what y'all planted.
Yes,
So
sir.
when y'all buy more land up the country,
We're gonna need
all
fencing
you gotta do is just pop the tires, load this on the trailer, pull these out the ground,
and move.
go put it right back, and it'll look just like this, and you got your fence.
Yes.
So if you'd have built this and left it, went up there and built it and left it, well,
Yeah, it starts to cost money. Let's walk on the inside. I want to show everybody.
tell you what,
So,
it's beautiful.
yeah,
It's
we
come
have
out
one
good.
4-foot fence to come in because of our lawnmower. And if you come over here, it's really a unique setup, folks. It's 2 dog pens in one. This is the holding pen that attaches to the house. So if you notice, there's no way in here. This is actually the front door, and this is where the Dogo goes. So what we did was we extended his fencing out like this. And we included the well house and the chicken coop in this fence. So there's a dog yard here. You see? Yeah, I got to move. We still got our electrical lines hanging everywhere. So we got chickens here and the dog fence here, but this is what I was meaning when I was explaining to you guys. We had to make sure we had a fence small enough that the boys couldn't lock up
Yeah, and fight.
because you're talking about 240 pounds of dog, and they're both male, and sometimes they don't always get along. And then that's the other fenced in area. So it's quite a big area, folks. All the paneling, the T-post, and the zip ties all together was $2,200. And then we paid $800 to have people come and help us do this in one day.
Oh yeah.
So it was worth it. So we saved over $4,000 on fencing, and it's very nice. It also includes the rabbits. So now the German Shepherd can protect the rabbit hutch as well as the chicken coop in his area. And then the Dogo protects the home. See? Of course, the cat likes it. My dad was just asking me, are we going to fence in the whole property? Well, a lot of people are concerned. In some states, you're seeing livestock be stolen as well as ritually sacrificed and all this other nonsense. And for homesteaders, protection is a big deal. But we are not going to fence in the rest of our property. That was the point of training the dogs.